You ever get that feeling that your brain's running on a program you didn't even write? Making choices and reacting to stuff almost automatically? Well, what if I told you that you could actually become the programmer? That's what we're going to dive into today, the world of cognitive coaching. We're talking about how to go from being just a passenger in your own mind to the one firmly in the driver's seat.
So, let's just start with a really big question, right? Who is really driving your decisions from one moment to the next? Is it the conscious, intentional you, the one you think is in charge, or is it something else, kind of humming away in the background? The truth is, for most of us, most of the time, our brain is on autopilot. It's just using old patterns, mental shortcuts, and assumptions to get through the day. And look, that's efficient, right? But here's the catch. Fast doesn't always mean right.
All right, first up, we're going to look at your brain on autopilot. This is where we pull back the curtain on all those invisible mental processes that are guiding our behavior, a lot of the time without us even having a clue it's happening.
And this all brings us to the science behind it, which is cognitive psychology. Now, don't let the fancy term fool you. This isn't just some boring textbook stuff. Think of it like the instruction manual for your own mind. It helps us understand the how, like how we process a compliment, or why we obsess over a mistake, and how we actually decide what to do next. It's the foundation for, well, everything we're about to get into.
Okay, so if our brain is like a computer, then what are its default programs? That's what brings us to our next section, decoding your mental shortcuts. These are what we call cognitive biases, basically the little programs our brain runs to save energy. The problem? These shortcuts can totally lead us down the wrong path, and honestly, they can really distort our view of reality.
And look, why should you care about this? I mean, really, because these biases, they aren't just little quirks in your personality. No way. They are powerful, powerful filters on your reality. They can take a simple challenge and make it feel like an impossible mountain to climb. They're the little voice that whispers you only have 2 options when there might actually be 10. And maybe the most important part, they keep those old, unhelpful stories you tell yourself playing on a constant, painful loop.
So let's meet 3 of the most common culprits, okay? First up, you've got confirmation bias. This is the one that builds your own personal echo chamber. Then there's the availability heuristic. That's where one really vivid memory feels like it's the only thing that's ever happened. And finally, the good old overconfidence bias, where your brain is absolutely sure it's got everything figured out, even when it really, really doesn't.
Let's see confirmation bias in action. Imagine you have this deep down belief. Your brain then becomes a detective, but a really bad one. It's only looking for clues that prove your theory right. It will zoom in on that one critical comment someone made and completely ignore 5 amazing compliments you got the same day, all just to keep that old, painful story alive and well. And here's how the availability heuristic gets you. You could give 100, literally 100 fantastic presentations, but the one time things went sideways, that one is burned into your memory. It's bright, it's loud, it's emotionally charged. And that's why your brain jumps to the conclusion, see, I always mess up. That one memory is just so loud it screams over all the successes.
So if our autopilot is so full of these sneaky biases, how in the world do we take back the controls? Well, that leads us right into our third section, the power of questioning. And here's the secret. The answer isn't to fight your brain head on. It's to get curious. The master key to unlocking all of this is learning how to ask the right questions.
And the single most powerful tool for doing this is something called Socratic questioning. Now, this is not about just asking why like a little kid. No, it's a structured, really intentional process. It's about carefully peeling back the layers of our automatic thoughts to see what's really going on underneath. It's kind of like becoming a world-class detective, but the mystery you're solving is your own mind.
So how can you actually do this? Let's take that thought we talked about. I always mess up. Okay, step 1, clarify it. What does mess up even mean right now? Be specific. Then, step 2, challenge it. Come on, can you really not think of a single time you didn't mess up? Of course you can. Step 3, explore other viewpoints. What would your best friend, someone who really supports you, say about that one mistake? And finally, step 4, act and reflect. Based on this new way of seeing things, what can you do differently next time? And then just notice the change. Simple, right? Now, Socratic questioning is an amazing tool for sure, but sometimes, you need a map to guide your exploration, and that's exactly where coaching models come in. Let's think of them as maps for the mind. They provide a clear structure to help you get from where you are to where you truly want to be. And this part is so important to remember.
These models, they're not rigid scripts you have to follow word for word. They're flexible maps. They might show you a possible route, but you are the one who chooses the pace and the exact path. The whole point is to make sure the journey helps you think with way more clarity and purpose.
And just like any journey, you need the right map for the terrain. So let's say you're feeling totally overwhelmed, just stuck, and you don't even know why. That's when you might pull out an emotion-focused map, like the STEPA model, to help you untangle all those feelings. But what if you have a super clear goal like finishing a big project and you just need a plan? Well, then a solution-focused map like OSCAR is going to be your best friend.
All right, let's zoom in on that emotion-focused map, the STEPA model. It's a journey that starts with just identifying and naming what you're actually feeling. Is it frustration? Is it disappointment? Or something else entirely? Then you dig a little deeper. What's the meaning behind that feeling? What's it trying to tell you? From that point, you can define how you want to feel. And only then, once you have that emotional clarity, do you create a plan. The result? You get a plan that honors how you feel. One that comes from a place of deep clarity, not just cold, hard logic.
Now, the OSCAR model, that's a whole different vibe. It is all about building momentum. It kicks off with the O for outcome. What's the big goal you're shooting for? Then you scale it. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you right now? Next, and this is cool, it looks at your existing know-how. What skills and strengths do you already have? Then it's all about taking small, doable actions to just move the needle. And finally, you review your progress. This locks in the learning, and man, does it build your confidence for whatever comes next.
So where does this all take us? We've looked at the autopilot brain, we've exposed the biases it loves to run, and we've talked about the tools we can use to step in. So now, in our final section, we're going to bring it all together and see how this journey helps us shift from autopilot to pure awareness, to becoming what we'll call an intentional thinker.
When you boil it all down, it really comes to a choice. We can stay reactive, right? Just letting our biases keep reinforcing those same old, tired stories. Or we can choose to be proactive. We can use curiosity to forge entirely new ways of thinking. And that's a choice you have not just once a day, but in every single moment.
And get this isn't just some nice, fluffy idea. This is actual neuroscience. Every single time you pause, you question one of those automatic thoughts, and you deliberately choose a more intentional one, you are literally, physically rewiring your brain. You're building a brand new neural pathway, and that makes it just a little bit easier to choose that better thought the next time. So I'm going to leave you with this question.